As we explored last semester, counterpoint is simply setting two independent melodic lines against each other in order to create a larger harmonic idea comprised of multiple melodies. But how does this really work harmonically? The answer is tendency tones. A tendency tone in music is simply a tone that tends to go to another specific tone. If I play Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, you're all probably hearing the upper Do in your heads. Am I right? This is largely due to cultural conditioning. We've been inundated with the major scale throughout our entire lives, so there's virtually no way we wouldn't hear the leading tone, T, also known as a raised scale degree seventh, progressing to the octave. But why? Well, it's partially a function of harmony. In Western music, you can generally reduce chords into three major functions. The tonic chord uses the tonic as the root and gives you the third necessary to determine if the piece is major or minor. Dominant chords, which give you the leading tone, again, usually raised scale degree 7, but it might not always be the case if it's a secondary function, that always moves to the tonic. Or the classic dominant 7. And we have predominant chords, which move into the dominant. Think chords like the 2 chord, the 4 chord, or the 6 chord. All of which are going to resolve to 5, along with other predominant function chords like the Neapolitan 6 or the augmented 6th chords. We also see this in minor with the lowered scale degree 6, or lay in solfege parlance, moving down to scale degree 5, sol, although this is less related to harmonic function and is more a consequence of melodic motion. By now, in your theory courses, you've already seen how chromatic alterations can change the function of chords, creating secondary dominants that allow you to modulate to a new key, or altering a chord to create interesting predominants like the augmented 6th or Neapolitan chords. This means that your tendency tones, while functionally dissonant to the original key, are being used to guide the listener to another local tonal area, either a brief digression or a full-on modulation. This is especially true when using the dominant 7th chords, where the leading tone, the 3rd of the chord in this case, always resolves up and the flat 7th always resolves down. Two tendency tones being used to drive home the harmonic motion of scale degrees 7 to 1 and flat 7 down. That's a lot. So, to reiterate, scale degrees 7 always goes to 1, T to Do. Flat 6 always goes down to 5. And finally, a flat 7th of any 7th chord always resolves down. And again, all of these resolve by step. Why go through all of this? Well, because it's possible to exploit these tendencies to create the illusion of harmonic functions in a purely contrapuntal piece. Listen to the selections this week from the Goldberg variations with the included score. Take a look at how Bach uses tendency tones in two-voice counterpoint, both as regular tonic, predominant, dominant, and secondary functions to bring out the illusion of harmony.